All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Whiskey Bros 765. Today, we're just going to be going over some of the bottles I picked up the past few months, showing off the newly put up home/garage bar, and discussing the Bourbon Trail next week. That's right. Tomorrow, me and a few of the boys, along with my beautiful wife and another buddy's girlfriend, we are leaving for the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, and we're going to be hitting up quite a few distilleries. So, towards the back end or later half of this video, we'll talk about that, tell you where we're going. Feel free to meet up with us. If you see us down there, say hi and grab a drink. But first things first, let's go over some of the few bottles and some of my favorite bottles that I've picked up over the past few months. First, we'll start with one that I just picked up last week. I managed to pick up a single barrel Colonel Chandler at my local Walmart, and it's actually a Sazerac Barrel Select Colonel Chandler. Now, I'm not going to crack this one open at the moment because I have another Chandler regular single barrel opened already up top, but this will definitely be the next one to get opened once that bad boy gets finished here in the next couple of weeks. I'm really excited about this one. This is my second Sazerac Barrel Select. You will see my other one that I picked up a few weeks back as well here in a minute. But Colonel Chandler single barrel is one of my personal favorites, so super stoked to pick this up in MSRP. I actually picked up two of them, sold one to a buddy for what I paid, so he could get his hands on one because he actually does not have any. So now he's got one. All right, the other single barrel Sazerac that I picked up was the 1792 from my local Kroger for like 30 bucks. Could not pass it up. They stocked 4 or 5 of them. Haven't seen them since, so I snagged one when I was in there getting groceries. Obviously, wasn't going to pass 1792 single barrel up. This is the only other Sazerac Barrel Select that I have at the moment, besides one that's been open for a while, and that's a 1792 Full Proof that was absolutely delicious that I happened to win a while back. But I'm super excited to crack this one here probably later this summer once I finish up a few other bottles. I've actually not had a 1792 single barrel before, so really excited about this one. All right, some other stuff that I've picked up. Let's talk about these. On a different trip to Payless, Kroger, I managed to pick up 2 Jack 14s. Yeah, that's right, 2 of them for MSRP, or just a little over MSRP, basically whatever Payless Kroger was selling them for. I think it was like 170, 175. Obviously, this one is still sealed. Probably going to use this one as trade bait or just keep it for a really, really long time. And when this one gets finished, eventually down the line, crack this bad boy. But obviously, as you can see, crack this bad boy right away. And I'm actually going to, while we're doing this video, give myself a little pour while we shoot this video. Because what's a whiskey video without having a little taste? But yeah, super, super excited about these Jack 14s. Couldn't believe it when I walked in and saw multiple Jack 14s sitting there. Obviously, I didn't take them all. I left a few for others. I don't know how many they got in. Not very many. But I wasn't going to pass. I had to buy 2 of them. Always have to have one for yourself and then one for potentially trading down the line for a different bottle next year, year after, or maybe later this year. All right, and here's one that I happened to pick up in what they called a bourbon Easter egg drop. So it was just an in-store Easter egg hunt, and there was 50 bottles. Each egg was numbered 1 through 50 on the inside. Everybody gets an egg. You open it up, and whatever egg you get was your choice. So I ended up going with a Jack 12, and I could not pass that up. But golly, that Jack 14 is good. It's good stuff. Highly recommend getting a bottle if you have the chance. I have not cracked this Jack 12 yet. Obviously, plan on cracking this later this summer. We'll see where that leads. All right, another low end that I was able to scoop up that I haven't seen very often in our area here in Indiana was this Evan Williams single barrel vintage, like 25, 30 bucks. Couldn't pass up. I've heard good things about these bottles, and I just haven't opened it yet because obviously I still have some other Elijah Craig, some Heaven Hills over there opened, and once I finish off a few other bottles, this one will be getting cracked open. Really, really excited to try this one. Heard good things. We'll go with something that is not bourbon. Single malt Scotch whiskey. Now, I've never tried this before. My father-in-law has a mowing business, and he's got somebody that gives him bottles and beer randomly, and he doesn't really drink, so he gave me this and said I could have it. So this sits on my bar, and I will probably crack this open at some point when somebody comes over to the bar and wants to drink some scotch. But I'm not a huge scotch fan, but I will try this whenever somebody else comes over to crack it open. But wasn't going to pass on a free bottle, and it's the only scotch really I have in the bar, so for whoever comes over and wants to try it. All right, and last but not least, a few bottles that I picked up were just a couple regular Blantons and a regular Eagle Rare, just at a bourbon drop. But then I also scored the store pick Blantons, and I could not pass it up for the price. The Indiana Liquor Group dropped it, and it was my first. This is my first Blanton's Gold ever. Obviously, I've heard good things. Regular Blanton's is pretty solid. Not my favorite, but it's still pretty solid. But this Blanton's Gold is freaking delicious. I tell you what, they did a heck of a job picking this bottle out. Hats off to the Indiana Liquor Group for that one. And yeah, that's about all I can say about that bottle because it's just like the Jack 14. It's delicious. It's a little more expensive, but I'm not going to complain every time you get a Blanton's Gold. Not going to argue with that. I'm not a Blanton's hater. I'm not a regular Blanton's lover either, but if I can have a chance to pick up Blanton's at MSRP, obviously I'm going to pick up Blanton's at MSRP. Now, the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Me, my buddies Will, CJ, and Big Muff, y'all know Big Muff, are headed down to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail along with my wife Riley and Will's girlfriend Maddie. We are stopping at several places along the way. One of the places I'm most excited to stop at is obviously Buffalo Trace. Not just to get whatever bourbon they dropped that day, but to do a tour. I think we did the E.H. Taylor tour last year. We had Freddie as our tour guide, and it was phenomenal. Freddie is full of so much knowledge and information, such a cool history of Buffalo Trace and what he knows about that place, and just the stories he was able to share with us along the way. Hoping we can do the hard hat tour this year and obviously pick up some Eagle Rare or Blanton's or Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch or whatever while we're there, because obviously not going to pass that stuff up at MSRP. Now, another one that I do not have any bottles of that we're stopping at on our first day down there that I'm really excited to be stopping at is Bardstown. I've heard so many good things about Bardstown and the different Bardstown series, the discos and whatnot. I'm excited to try that. We've got a thieving tour booked on Sunday, and so go in there and thieve some barrels, try some, and then pick up one or two bottles while we're there, just to add some Bardstown to my collection. Because as you see the top corner over here, my craft selection is a little smaller at the moment, looking to expand that. Now, I had a Hard Truth at one point. Obviously, that got finished off. And I'm looking to add to while we're down there is Starlight. We're visiting Starlight on Tuesday, and I'm really excited to pick up 3 or 4 or 5 bottles while I'm there. Just buy a whole case if I need to, because I've tried some of their things, and their stuff is delicious. We don't have a bunch of Starlight in our area, mainly just the Starlight. I think it's the Blackberry and maybe the Starlight Peach. But I want to pick up maybe a double oaked and 2 or 3 others. But we'll see. We'll see what they have down there at the distillery. I don't know what they carry on a weekly/daily basis. Now, a few other places we're going to be stopping at, just pop-ins without tours. Michter's. Going to pop into Michter's one morning. Hopefully they do a drop. Hoping to get some barrel strength rye or just some regular 10-year bourbon. I obviously have Shanks and Baumburgers. Wouldn't mind picking up another Shanks and Baumburgers, especially for this year. Would love to pick up the PFG. And then obviously I have the Michter single barrel 10-year rye. Obviously one of my favorite bottles as well. Another place we're just going to pop into would be Old Forester, while we're already down there on Whiskey Row. And then Heaven Hill. We will be popping into Heaven Hill. I've done a tour before, but I just wanted to show people that we're going with just gift shop and let them see the bar, maybe grab a drink or bite to eat while we're there before we head off to Bardstown on Sunday afternoon. Hoping maybe if they have the grain of glass in stock to maybe get the rye, because I've heard good things about the rye. I'm a big rye fan. and would love to add grain to glass rye to my collection. Now, a few other places we'll be stopping at will be Angel's Envy. Yeah, I don't have any Angel's Envy here. Probably not going to pick up a bottle of Angel's Envy. I'm not the biggest Angel's Envy fan, but I do like their tour. I do like their distillery. And so taking my buddies there while we're there, just because it's downtown, we're going to do it on a Sunday night, and we'll go grab a bite to eat and hit up a couple bars and just have a bottle share back at the Airbnb, whatnot, and just hang out and have a good time. So if you guys are in the area, feel free to message or comment on this video or message us on Instagram or TikTok as well, and let us know. Feel free to come join us at one of the distilleries or hang out, and just it's going to be a good time. So as always, like, subscribe, comment, give this video a thumbs up. You know what to do. Thanks for watching. Whiskey Bros 765.